got back from doing some work with a friend. I didn't expect to get into anything today, but I was messing around with the placement of my solar panels to make sure they'll fit up there still with the placement of the fans now. And I kind of got some motivation to put those in today. Got my little brackets, so let's get installing. Ooh. Wild color lights up your face. So a situation I'm having with these solar panels is they are 200 watts. So they're pretty hefty, pretty big. And what the problem I'm having or seeing is they're hanging over the edge of the van a little bit. I mean, when you look down it, they don't stick past it. But on the Sprinter, since it does kind of go in like that at the very top, it does stick past it. I mean, I'm not getting any smaller ones, and I think these are the smallest 200 watt ones I could find. So I'm fine with it. Just to, in case you guys purchase these for, sorry, there's somebody walking, they were staring at me. Okay, so let me go down here. So in case you guys are going to purchase things that I have already purchased, just be aware that these solar panels are a little longer than the top of the Sprinter van. I couldn't fit all four in the center with my fan placements, so I needed to put one up front as close and as far forward as I could have gotten it. And the fans, the problem I was running into with those is that the little adapters that I use to the contours of the roof, they only had a couple placements to choose from. And one was where that little, you know, remember that circle divot, where that was for this fan. So I couldn't push the fan all the way forward and put the solars back here to keep all four in front. And these are my little brackets I got. I don't know what these are made out of. They are like super, super light, like almost lighter than aluminum. I don't know, like aerospace aluminum, space shuttle aluminum, I don't know. But they're super light. And how they go is like that. So I'll drill a hole in the bottom of this. The bottom looks like the top, so there's like a little lip like that. I'll drill a hole into that, and there's bolts that go up into this, and then I'll screw down with a little nut, just like that. So it looks like that, little locking washer on there. And that will go there, and I'll put some butyl tape on the bottom of it, screw it into place, maybe put some more lap sealant on it, maybe just put some silicone over it. I mean, that should hold fine. If I have enough lap sealant for all of them, I'll do that, but we'll see. It should be fine with the butyl tape and some silicone in it. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 connections. Should hold it pretty good. And I'm gonna experiment on the first one. See how that goes. Okay, these are gonna be a little tricky to install. Got a balance right here. And that thing going right there. I'd like that to be a flatter surface, but can't push it back anymore that way because of the fan hood. But that should be, with that butyl tape, and yeah, that'll be fine. That'll be good. We'll put the other one on this side. The back of the solar panel actually already had these holes pre-drilled for mounting brackets. I didn't even know that. So I'm putting them on, mounting them. Little spacer washer lock nut. And here's all the solar power information. You can pause it on that screen if you want to read more about it. called No Power. Boom, boom, no power. I don't know why I keep putting this ladder in the most difficult places. Don't litter. My placement, because I got it even. I measured from this point because it's like the flattest point to here, and from that point to there, to the edge, it's centered. So I marked it, and I'm going to add my my butyl tape. This is what my butyl tape looks like. It's like a see, when you look at it, it looks like a clay, like a rolled up clay. And when you screw to it, it just squeezes out and creates a watertight seal. Just a roll of it. Attach it. It's probably a good idea to pull out your connection cords, because it is a little tricky to get your hand under there once it's attached. So next step, butyl tape is on there. Next step is to screw with some self-tapping screws. That the ones that came with the connectors also have like a little rubber washer that'll help to make it watertight. And that is my first solar panel installed. Super easy. I think I am going to put some lap sealant on all 8 screws, just to make sure. There's butyl tape, rubber washer, lap sealant, and that'll be very sealed. We had a horrible rainstorm. It was almost like a 3-day storm that we had here. It was flash flood warnings, the wind was blowing super hard. But I can attest, for my water sealing job, the floor in here is bone dry. Pretty happy with that. And surprise, surprise, my 6-inch memory foam mattress arrived. Pretty comfortable. Love it. I'm making a video. I don't remember what company I bought this mattress from. Some Amazon company. I think it said like an Amazon foam mattress. People were complaining about the smell. I think it smells kind of good. Actually, it kind of smells like paint. But very comfortable. I could sleep on this. Okay, got my second solar panel up. It's not installed yet. I'm leaving enough room for my fan to open and close. And how I'm gonna hook these up. So this is gonna be a weird little jump cut, but I was editing my video and I was trying to explain the different types of connections you can do for solar panel hookups. And when I filmed it yesterday, it didn't really make a whole bunch of sense, so I'm gonna try to clarify it better in this clip. So there's 2 different types of connections you can do for solar panels. You got your series connection and your parallel connection. And your series connection is when you take the terminal of one solar panel, say the positive terminal, and you connect to the negative terminal of the next panel, creating a series connection. And what that does is it combines the voltages of each panel. So say if you have a 12 volt panel and a 12 volt panel, and you series connect them positive to negative, you are creating a 24 volt system. And you can do that for however many solar panels you have. So say if you've got 4 solar panels and you combine them all in series connection, positive to negative, positive to negative, positive to negative, positive to negative, then you can have a 48 volt system. A parallel connection is when you take the positive of all your panels, add them to the positive of all your other panels. So all your positives are connected, all your negatives are connected. And what that does, it increases and adds up the amperages, but all the voltages stay the same. So for my system, what I got is the 2 in the front are connected in series, and the 2 in the back are connected in series. So I got 2 connected 12 volt, 12 volt, that'll create a 24 volt system and a 24 volt system. And then I combine both of those in parallel, meaning the positives of the front 2 are connected to the positives of the back 2, and the negatives of the front 2 are connected to the negatives of the back 2. And what that does is increases the amperages, but the voltages are the same. So now I have a 24 volt solar panel system. So I feel the need to tell you guys that by no means am I an expert at installing solar panels. But there are smart people out there who write books like Mobile Solar Power Made Easy, who really do make it easy. Now this book has brought me up to speed about different wattages, amperages, voltages, all that stuff that I tried to learn in high school that went right over my head. But there's also this other guy on YouTube that has helped a lot. I forgot his name right now. I don't want to butcher it, and I might put a link in the description. But go watch, do the research yourself. Don't take this information from me. I am just installing them how I thought I learned how to install them. And I am not going to be responsible for messing it up if you guys do exactly what I do. But having said that, I do hope that I have learned enough to install them well. I mean, it makes sense to me how they should be installed. So I will show you guys how I install them. And if you have any more information and tell me I'm doing it wrong, I would be more than happy to learn from you. So we're in this together, you know, we're in this together. I install something, you install something, you probably know how to install it better. I will listen to you. If I do something wrong, please tell me. Okay, let's get back to it. And in the book, here's a little diagram I drew showing the type of connections I need to make. So I got a 12 volt in series connected negative to positive will create a 24 volt. And then over here, 12 volt to 12 volt connected 24 volt minus the positive. And then the negative of one connects to the negative of the other, and that will create a negative terminal. The positive and the positive come together, create a positive terminal, and that still creates a 24 volt system. About some MC4 connectors, and that's what I got here. I got a male and a female one where you can hook up the positive to positive and it'll create a single positive output, or, you know, negative to negative. Okay, now I'm just making sure the panels are kind of, or well, not kind of, they are square. That looks good, pretty good. From the flat point to there, so about 11 7/16, 11 7/16 looking like. Perfect. Let's see, looking down. Clearance is tight, but doable, pretty good. And I'm just pushing it as close as I can to that because I do have 2 more to go there, and I'm pretty sure I have more than enough space. I mean, I did check before everything that I could fit all this stuff up here. But this is the moment of actually screwing stuff down, and this is when everything seems to go wrong sometimes. But it should all work out. It'll be good. So I'm going to put the butyl tape right on the top of the van instead of putting it on this like I did that one, because what happened when I put that down, it immediately stuck to the van and it was like kind of not really in position, and I couldn't slide it any which way because for some reason this stuff Sticks really good to the van, but not so good to these space aluminum things. So that's what I'm going to do. Square it up and perfect. I can just align this one with that one, screw it right in place, and the same process with the next one. Should be pretty easy. When you're tightening your bolts, this is a very thin piece of whatever that is, and this is a very thin piece of aluminum. So it's don't tighten them too much, because I can almost see that it's puncturing this piece and it's really bending this piece. So if you tighten it too much, you might punch a hole right through it and it'll compromise that holding. Just a little tip. Sprite. Sprite. Meow. So the negative of my front panel will be connected to this 5-foot MC4 connector. Connect it just like that. And I'll connect this end to the negative of my back panels. So the negative terminal of my back panel is connected to that extender. And a recap of everything I've got. So the front panel, positive terminal, is connected to the second panel negative terminal. That creates a series connection. My front negative panel is attached to the extension MC4 to the negative of my back panels. The positive of the back is connected to the negative of this one, putting those two in series. And now the positives of the back two are connected to the positives of the front two with the MC4 connector. So now I've got a single positive terminal coming off all 4 panels and a single negative terminal coming off of all 4 panels. So now I connect my extension of my negative and my extension of my positive. Just like that, I got my extension cable, and what these cables are, they have the single positive connector in the front, but they don't have any connector in the back. Same with the negative one, because I'm going to run them through this roof adapter, which is like a waterproof housing. The wires will run through this and these will screw into that, and I'll run the wires from the negative to the positive into the charge controller into the actual van. But I'm gonna put this on the back, and I'll run the wires to where all my connections are going to be near that wheel well. So here's my fan. I'm going to come in right here, right next to this joist. I'm going to bring my positive, my negative through here, through this, down, through here, down this channel, and I'm going to come out right above the wheel well. My positive and my negative wires. Drilled a little hole for my positive and negative wires. This is what it looks like with this connector. Looks like that with the little end caps that will tighten these. There's like a nut on the inside, rubber washer, and then you screw that into it, and that'll sit on top like that. So what I did, I put some butyl tape around the edges. I squished it down. And when I get my lap sealant, I'm just gonna go to town. I'm just gonna go crazy. I'm gonna lap seal this, lap seal all the screws. I was thinking the best way to mount this, there's no like little screw holes, and I was like, I don't want to risk cracking it, drilling some screws in there. This butyl tape's pretty sticky, like really strong. Like I can't pull that up. I mean, I probably could, like if I ripped it, but it should hold on there pretty good until I get some lap sealant to cover up, and then that stickiness will also keep it held down. Okay, a little bit of finessing, a little bit of wiggling. I ran my wires up through here, through that, and coming out through the hole. And I'm thinking this is pretty good because when I put up my walls, I'm not going to be pinching any wires as far as I can see right now. So, and I didn't have to drill any new holes to run this, which I'm pretty excited about. It was a little tricky pushing it down into this. I don't know if there's like some weird channels in there I can't see, but so far that's where I wanted my wires to come out. My roof is solared. My wires are all connected. My wires are running into the van. That's a good stopping point for this video. I'm definitely going to have to chop this up into a multiple solar system install van build video series. So thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Please like, subscribe, comment if you have any questions. All right, that's it. See you later.